today. On behalf of the organizers, the Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturers Association, and on behalf of PTA Ventures, I welcome you all to the Windergy India 2025, which is further supported by the Ministry of Power, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and by Niti Aayog. And ladies and gentlemen, as I welcome all our international delegates also, especially the German delegation who have joined us, we thank them for being with us and joining us towards sharing their experience and expertise as we collaborate and further partner with you towards achieving Atmanirbharta in the energy sector through wind. The discussions and deliberations we take forward in these 2 days wherein we have 9 panel discussions and there are 7 technical presentations. The exhibition has been just now inaugurated by the chief guest, our Honorable Minister of New and Renewable Energy, who's also the Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Shri Prahlad Joshi ji. We also have our Honorable Minister of Transport and Electricity from the government of Tamil Nadu, Shri S.S. Shivashankar, who joins us as a distinguished guest of honor. And then we have also Mr. Johann Jathoff, the Parliamentary State Secretary to the Federal Minister of Economic Cooperation and Development, Germany. Along with them, we have our Secretary, Joint Secretary, and other officials from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy and the industry leaders joining us. You've been, as you join us here, you've been a part of the exhibition inauguration, which the Honorable Minister has just now inaugurated. Almost 350 plus exhibitors showcasing their state-of-the-art technologies, products, services, their solutions, their products, equipments, components are at display in the exhibition area. And as you join us here for the conference during the break hours, would like to request you to kindly pay a visit in the exhibition area also. Right now, requesting everyone to be kindly taking your seats at the earliest possible, having your mobile phones on the silent mode or on the meeting mode, please, for we are going to be joined by the distinguished dignitaries, the eminent speakers of the inaugural session joining us shortly. Just now we have had the inauguration of the exhibition. And as we take, ladies and gentlemen, our discussions and deliberations on the theme of wind power policies and partnerships towards Atmanirbharta. As I mentioned, we have this 2 days packed sessions, 9 sessions, technical sessions or knowledge sessions, you can say, planned on the either end with the inaugural and the valedictory session. And then there are 7 technical presentations towards approaching the theme, the discussions and the deliberations on the theme. And then we also have a special address. So just would like to mention to everyone that as we close with the inaugural session and the Honorable Minister, sir, leaves, we are going to be straight away starting with the special session. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a tribute to Shri Tulsi Tanti, the Wind Band of India. We have the Shri Tulsi Tanti Memorial Lecture, which is going to be soon after the inaugural session. So I welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen. May I request all our dignitaries, the energy champions and the experts joining us, the who's who from the world of energy, especially the renewable energy and wind. May I request you all to be kindly taking your seats. Once again, warm and a hearty welcome to all the delegates from the German delegation joining us. We have our Secretary, Sir, MNRE, Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi ji joining us just now. And may I request all the people who are moving in to be kindly be taking your seats at the earliest possible, please. We thank once again all our partners, and they are basically our partners in success towards organizing this mega conference. This is the 7th International Trade Fair and Conference, Windergy India 2025. And the inauguration of the exhibition has just now happened at the hands of our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of New and Renewable Energy, who's also the Minister for Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, Government of India, Shri Prahlad Joshi ji. He joins us shortly for the inaugural session. Along with him, we have the Honorable Minister of Transport and Electricity, Government of Tamil Nadu, Shri S.S. Shivashankar, and then Shri Johann Jathoff, the Parliamentary State Secretary to the Federal Minister of Economic Cooperation and Development, Germany. A huge delegation of Germany joining us as we look forward to greater ties and collaborations and partnerships with Germany, the Indo-German collaboration, fostering it further. And representing Germany, we have Shri Johann Jathoff joining us shortly, along with the other captains and leaders of the industry and senior officials and representatives from the Government of India and from the state of Tamil Nadu, where we are. We are at the heart of South India's renewable energy journey in Chennai, and we'll shortly have the Honorable Minister and the other officials from the state of Tamil Nadu, from the state of Karnataka also, from Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and the other states going to be joining us and also being part of the panel discussion. We have a dedicated session towards state leadership, which is going to be the first panel discussion of the day, wherein we have the state leaders joining us, sharing with us their renewable energy journey, and especially the massive and the impressive footprints which they have been able to cast in the renewable energy sector and wind specifically, as we align our initiatives and our processes and programs with our national goals and the global commitments of COP, climate change and sustainable development goals and net zero. Ladies and gentlemen, once again requesting all who are still standing to be kindly taking your seats. The first two rows are marked for our VIPs. The rest are requested to be kindly taking your seats be at your respective seats. And we have our Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, Shri Prahlad Joshi ji, the Honorable Union Minister of New and Renewable Energy and Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, would like to request the Honorable Minister, sir, to please light the ceremonial lamp first. May I request you, Honorable Minister, sir, to light the lamp and mark the auspicious inauguration of Windergy, India 2025, requesting also Shri S.S. Shivashankar, who joins us, the Honorable Minister of Transport and Electricity, requesting Shri Johann Jathoff, requesting Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi ji and Shri Girish Tanti ji here on the stage to be lighting the ceremonial lamp. For our delegates, ladies and gentlemen, any work which we initiate in our Indian traditions and customs, we first seek the blessings of the Supreme Power. We invoke His blessings by lighting this Mangal Deep, the ceremonial lamp. And with the blessings of the Supreme Power, with the good wishes of everyone, we commence the Windergy India 2025, exploring the transformative potential of wind as in our renewable energy journey. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, our leaders from the government and from the industry here on the stage, lighting the ceremonial lamp. And each wick which is being lit and is, as you can see, being passed from one person to another, it actually represents also the sharing of knowledge and wisdom, the experience and expertise which we bring to the fore, and through that sharing, we further take these journeys together. And I request our honorable ministers and our senior government officials to be kindly gracing the dais. And requesting all of you also, ladies and gentlemen, to kindly be at your seats. So good morning once again to all present and our honorable ministers on the dais, along with the other senior officials and representatives from the government and industry leaders on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, with profound significance and a very deep sense of gratitude. I welcome you all in the inaugural session of Windergy India 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, with the very theme of wind power, policies and partnerships towards Atmanirbharta, this conference is both a reflection of the progress which we have been able to make in the past in the wind sector and also a planning for the decade ahead, putting a spotlight on the transformative policies and reforms initiated by the Government of India under the leadership of our Honorable Minister, sir, the state leadership driving the renewable energy missions in their respective states, and we have the state ministers present here on the dais. And further, ladies and gentlemen, the collaborations and the partnerships which are driving our renewable energy mission. Towards that, we have our representatives from Germany present here on the dais. And further also, as we tap on the offshore potential and other key enablers towards India's march in achieving Atmanirbharta in the energy sector, powered by the transformative potential of wind. So at the very outset, we thank our leaders present here on the stage who are shaping this green future for an Atmanirbhar Viksit Bharat. And to welcome them all, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request one of the stalwarts of the industry who has been shaping the renewable energy landscape of the country, approaching a more sustainable approach to renewable energy technologies, especially the wind, the hydro, the solar, and the bioenergy, who has been actively involved in policy advocacy as well as in policy reforms, promoting domestic manufacturing and also greater global collaboration, being the Vice Chairman of the Global Wind Energy Council, being the Vice Chairman of the Leaders in Wind Suzlon Group, and the Chairman of the Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturing Association. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Shri Girish Tanti ji, whom I would like to now request to kindly welcome the distinguished dignitaries present here on the dais, according them a floral welcome and further felicitating by presenting a shawl. May I request you, sir, to kindly welcome the Honorable Minister. And ladies and gentlemen, please join us as we extend our deep gratitude and appreciation, thanking our Honorable Minister, Shri Prahlad Joshi ji. And with this traditional shawl or the Angavastram from South India, from Tamil Nadu, the gratitude to the Honorable Minister, according him a floral welcome and this special memento to our Honorable Minister, sir, Shri Prahlad Joshi ji. Welcoming Shri S.S. Shivashankar, the Honorable Minister of Transport and Electricity, Government of Tamil Nadu. The states, ladies and gentlemen, are driving the renewable energy mission, aligning with the national goals and global commitments, and that is where we thank Shri S.S. Shivashankar joining us. Greater collaborations with other countries. Shri Johan Jatov, the Parliamentary State Secretary to the Federal Minister of Economic Cooperation and Development, Germany, joining us. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a huge delegation from Germany present here in this August gathering. We thank Germany for this. And we have Dr. Saravanan Manikam, the Vice Chairman, IWTMA, welcoming him. And may I request Mr. Girish Tanti to welcome Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangi ji, our Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. and would now like to invite the CEO IWTMA, Shri Aditya Vyasi, to kindly welcome and extend greetings to Shri Girish Tantiji, our Chairman IWTMA, the Vice Chairman of the Global Wind Energy Council, the Vice Chairman of the leaders in Wind, Suzlon Group, thanking him for his leadership, and also to welcome Dr. Sarvanam Manikam, the Vice Chairman IWTMA. Who's also the country head and the Managing Director India of Nortex. Thank you. And as we open the dialogue in this conference, may I now request Shri Girish Tantiji, the Chairman, Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturers Association, the Vice Chairman of Suzlon Group, and the Vice Chairman of the Global Wind Energy Council for his opening remarks.
Will you help me with this? Good morning. Let me begin by welcoming our visionary Cabinet Minister for New and Renewable Energy and Consumer Affairs, Honorable Shri Prahlad Joshi ji, Honorable S.S. Shiv Shankar ji, Minister of Transport and Electricity, State of Tamil Nadu, His Excellency, Mr. Johan Setoff, Parliament State Secretary for Federal Ministry of Economic Affairs, Germany, Shri Santosh Sarangi ji, our Dynamic Secretary for New and Renewable Energy, my friends from the industry and guests. It's my privilege to welcome you all to this 7th edition of Windergy. Over the years, Windergy has grown from strength to strength. This year, we have seen a 42% increase in the exhibition space with over 300 plus exhibitors from 27 countries that we see participation. And the overall number of visitors to the conference has jumped 2x to over 13,000 people. We have also had the privilege of very strong support from Ministry of Power, MNRE, Niti Aayog, and CRIDL as our partners. Added to that, we have State of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka as our state partners for this event. And we have been honored to have Germany, Denmark, and Spain as our partner countries to this event. Further, we have had excellent support from our sponsors, which has helped us to make this event even stronger. Over the last 2 days, over the next 2 days, we have actually curated a very strong program which covers all aspects of the industries. We've had these 4 themes, primarily looking at how we can learn from successes within here at home, as well as from the global practices. We have a theme on Atmanirbhar Bharat, where we will be looking at the way forward, the supply chain challenges that we have, and the export opportunities that we have. Also, we will be looking at various other growth opportunities in the growing C&I market, the repowering of wind turbines, and the offshore wind market opportunities also. And lastly, we will also be looking at women in wind, a prominent role that leadership, we are seeing an engagement of female leaders in our industry also. We anticipate to have a very engaging debate to bring out the best path forward for the energy transition for India. And I would like to thank Government of Tamil Nadu for their continued support in making this event a success year on year. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has set out a very bold target to achieve net zero by 2070. With a near-term goal of achieving 50% of our energy mix to come from non-fossil fuels, which comes to about 500 gigawatts of RE capacity by 2030. As a country, we have already achieved 50% of the energy goals from non-fossil fuels, almost 5 years ahead, and are on track to get to the 500 gigawatts target. If we look at the wind component has a goal of about 100 gigawatts, and we've just crossed the halfway mark of 53 gigawatts. If we look at the resource adequacy plan, as I've shown in the graph here on the left, I think currently we have almost 53 gigawatts of installed capacity as per the state planning utilization. There is already an expansion plan for another 15 gigawatts by the state planning commissions. And we have additional 48 gigawatts, which is being worked out for further to meet the resource adequacy. If we club all these together, purely from a resource adequacy plan, from a consumer demand point of view, the states have forecasted to hit about 107 gigawatts by 2030. On the right side, I've just listed out the potential. If you see the big column there, starting from Rajasthan to Gujarat, this is the total potential. Our country has close to 1.1 terawatt of potential and is very well distributed amongst 9 states of the country. Additionally, if we see, the gray chart basically gives us the current installed capacity across various states, and the colored charts are showing the planned expansion that we are expecting by 2030. Now, if we look at our roadmap to 100 gigawatts, what's the path? I'll get you to look at the right side of the chart first. I mean, with 52 gigawatts already commissioned, we have another 15 gigawatts where the power purchase agreements are signed and projects are under implementation. Additionally, we have about 12 gigawatts of projects where the biddings have happened, and this is in the process of discussions between state and center to get the power purchase agreement signed. And added to that, we have 28 gigawatts, which is pending auctions, which again, to meet the resource adequacy plan of the states, is on course to get there. So if we add all this, it's already hitting the 100 gigawatt mark. And over and above that, we are seeing a very strong demand from the C&I market. Industries are planning their own net zero journeys, and approximately we are seeing 15 gigawatts of C&I demand. So all in all, there is 122 gigawatts of planned projects between now and 2030. So we are hopeful that our 100 gigawatts target likely we will achieve ahead of time. If we look at some of the challenges that the industry is facing currently, I've just listed down 5 key on the left side. I think the first and foremost is we have about 6 gigawatts of projects which are currently running late, largely on account of grid construction delays. And there is a possibility of additional 34 gigawatts which are yet to be planned, where the grid implication can be significant. The second point is that we have almost 14 gigawatts of targeted wind capacities which needs grid evacuation. Thirdly, we have about 9 to 10 gigawatts of projects which are getting delayed due to state-related ROWs, on-ground implementation challenges, where again, with the help of ministries at the center and at the state, there is a strong coordination happening to see how we can remove some of these challenges. And lastly, of course, as you all know, we are running behind on signing of the PPAs, and to retain the momentum that the industry has got, it's important that the PPA signing, the PSA signings happen, and the RPO is implicated. I would also like to share, 2 months back, I think in August, we had an excellent roundtable conference in Delhi under the leadership of Honorable Cabinet Sir, Shri Prahlad Joshi ji, and the Secretary Sarangi Saab. Also, we had the advisor to Prime Minister, Shri Tarun Kapoor ji, who were part of these interactions. And I think it was a very focused group discussion where we worked on identifying what are those top 5 things which needs to get resolved. And as an outcome of this, it has been agreed to set up a task force which will make sure that all these challenges are addressed in time. If I was to go to the next topic of today, I think which is very important and very crucial for us, as a large portion of this gathering is linked to the supply chain in our country. I think India is on an excellent path as far as the supply chain is concerned. We have today close to about, over the 3 decades, now we have almost, if you look at the top 3 components of wind, be it the nacelle, rotor, turbine, I think almost 15 to 20 gigawatts of manufacturing capacity that we have today, which almost accounts to 10 to 13% of the global capacity in the world. Likewise, also for the smaller components, be it the gearbox, generator, converters, castings, on a range of manufacturing capacity that we have, close to about 17% of global supply chain actually is established in our country. Also, it's very interesting to see, as I've listed here, I think there is a very good combination of local and global players. We have, I think, all, partners from across the world who are, it's a very welcoming market where each one can come here, grow their business, and not only use India as a market, but world as a market for them. So it's a well-distributed market combination we have. And the beautiful part is that today, in line with our Prime Minister's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think we are fortunate that we have this very strong industry of wind power, where if we were to look at last year's installation, almost 64% of whatever got installed was actually made in India. So there is a strong made in India content in whatever we are doing. And again, it's all globally extremely competitive also. And with the kind of initiatives that Minister and Secretary Sir are taking at the ministry level, we are on path to achieving an 85% local content in the coming years. And with the current state of affairs, I think from the 8% global supply chain that we have today, by 2030, we expect the industry to get to about 10% of the global supply chain. Before I hand over the mic, I would like to once again welcome our Honorable Cabinet Minister and the dignitaries on the dais. I would like to thank Government of Tamil Nadu for their continuous support for hosting this flagship event. And lastly, I would like to also welcome all our states and country partners and the sponsors. And thank you all for making this resounding success. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the SWOT analysis and also highlighting the key enablers which are going to be taking us to achieving our targets and casting this renewable energy pathway for the country. Thank you, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we invite the Government of India's perspective, I request our Secretary, Sir, Shri Santosh Kumar Sarangiji, who has been driving India's renewable energy transition with the strategic policy directions and very forward-looking reforms which entrust a lot of confidence among the states and industry and the investors. We seek his views and I request him for his address.
Honorable Minister, New and Renewable Energy, Food and Consumer Affairs, Sri Prahlad Joshi ji, Honorable Minister from Tamil Nadu, Shivashankar ji, the Parliamentary Secretary from Germany, Mr. Johann Sathoff, Mr. Girish Tante, who has been a doyen of wind energy in India, Mr. Sarvanan, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be part of this inaugural session of Windergy, which has over the years been able to establish itself as a flagship event demonstrating not only the capacity in manufacturing, but it also demonstrates the ability of India to scale with speed and scale with efficiency. And this has been achieved due to the enterprise that Indian industry has shown, the innovation that Indian industry has shown, and a close collaboration between the federal government, the industry, and the state governments has made it possible. As far as India's renewable energy journey is concerned, all of you know that we have seen a very transformative journey in India's renewable energy path in the last 10 to 11 years. When we started off in 2014, India's solar energy was less than 3 gigawatt. Today it is more than 128 gigawatt. And when we started off in 2014, the overall RE, including Heidel, was about 70 gigawatt. Today it is nearly 260 gigawatt. And India is well on its course to become the third largest RE player in the world. And this transformative journey has come through in the form of a government's concerted attempt to address three issues. One is deployment of RE. The second is in manufacturing, promoting manufacturing and RE. And third is in empowering citizens to use RE as an effective tool for empowerment of people, empowerment of citizens. Coming to the deployment, this was based on the principles of deployment at scale, at speed, and with efficiency. When the RE journey began in 2000 odd, the cost of RE power used to be very high. It used to range to about 17, 18 rupees. But because of the various government policies and the industry's efficiency, this has now come down to about 2 rupees 40 paise, which is about 3 cents for solar and about 4.5 cents for wind energy. This is one of the lowest cost production in the world, apart from what they are doing in China. This would probably be the lowest cost production in the entire world. There was a trust deficit initially between the procurer, that is the DISCOMs, and the generators. To bridge this trust deficiency, an organization called Solar Energy Corporation of India was created, which is today trading more than 60 gigawatt of power. And through a variety of transparent bidding mechanism as well as payment security mechanism, it has ensured that this trust deficit was bridged and developers got the confidence to set up their project, and the DISCOMs got the assurance of an assured power supply, with SECI being a credible intermediary. Similarly, from the government side, we have come up with regulations requiring renewable purchase obligation, renewable consumption obligation, and this has also facilitated penetration of RE into different states, different DISCOMs, where they have been mandated to buy a certain percentage of renewable power as part of their overall energy mix. So, as I said, a combination of government policy and industry enterprise, state support has ensured faster deployment of RE. The second aspect is promoting India as a hub of RE manufacturing, and today we are proud to have about the second largest solar module manufacturing capacity in the world after China, and we have more than 110 gigawatt of manufacturing facility. Similarly, in wind energy, we have about more than 20 gigawatt of manufacturing facility which has come into place. But more importantly, as Mr. Tanti pointed out, even in components, we are seeing a rapid expansion in manufacturing capability in the wind segment, and I have full confidence that it will not only be able to meet our domestic requirement, but in a few years, India will emerge as a major export hub of wind turbines to the rest of the world. We have a PLI scheme, Production Linked Incentive Scheme, which also supports manufacturing of polysilicon, ingot wafer, cells and modules. And we also had a GBI scheme for wind energy which facilitated its faster deployment in the past. Coming to empowering of citizens, the government strongly believes that if the people don't own up a particular activity or a particular scheme or a particular project, then the offtake of that project is not very high. So considering that, the government has thought of two of the biggest schemes in the world. One is through PM Suryaghar, the largest rooftop solarization program, where we aim to solarize about 10 million households, and largest ever farm solarization program, where we are replacing diesel pump sets with solar pump sets and replacing feeder level stations with solar powered feeder level stations to irrigate, and there we are adding about 35 gigawatt in next 1.5 years. And this has actually empowered the citizens. If you go back 40 years, 50 years, then they were running from pillar to post to get a connection and running from DISCOM office, from one office of the other to the DISCOM, one office or the other of the DISCOM office. But today, with a solar panel on rooftop, the consumer has become a prosumer. He has become a producer, and at times he is also selling electricity to the DISCOM and getting remuneration out of it. Similarly, for many of the farm level activities, it has almost become free. So with this, the citizen has the potential to become truly empowered in electricity, and our initiative in India Energy Stack will further enable citizen empowerment in electricity production, distribution and consumption. As far as the wind energy is concerned, Mr. Tanti has very rightly pointed out that our potential in India is huge. We are not only looking at 100 gigawatt by 2030, but much more. The study done by NIVE suggests that about 1100 gigawatt of potential, onshore wind potential, and about 70 gigawatt of offshore wind potential. From the government perspective, we are working on various ways in which we can create an ecosystem to facilitate offshore wind energy, and if required, a viability gap funding for this will be done. We have already announced a 7,000 crore, which is almost $1 billion, close to $1 billion, for supporting offshore wind energy. But in course of time, we are designing a scheme by which a larger trajectory, a more long-term trajectory for offshore wind could be provided. Similarly, we are working with the state governments to address many of the issues that Mr. Tanti pointed out, including issues relating to ROW, land acquisition, providing faster connectivity, providing better transmission alternatives. And at the central level, we are also working with CTU and Ministry of Power to ensure faster connectivity to some of these projects. I am very confident that sessions like this will provide the required platform for Indian wind energy to take off to a much higher scale, and I compliment the organizers for taking it to this level, and I only wish a much more expansive wind energy in future. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the impressive and the massive footprints which we have been able to cast in the renewable energy sector, and especially in the wind, and the targets which we've already defined for the future, with a focus on deployment and domestic manufacturing, and then greater awareness and empowerment of the end users. Thank you very much, sir. And next, ladies and gentlemen, as we focus on key collaborations and partnerships as one of the key enablers, we now put a spotlight on the Indo-German collaboration. And we have with us Mr. Johann Jathoff, who's been a very strong advocate of the Indo-German cooperation in climate action, who has played a pivotal role in deepening bilateral partnerships for sustainable energy and technology collaboration. Mr. Jathoff is the Parliamentary State Secretary to the Federal Minister of Economic Cooperation and Development, Germany. I invite you, sir, for your address.
Honorable ministers, distinguished industry leaders, esteemed colleagues and partners. Vanakkam, Namaste, and thank you to my Indian friends for the kind invitation to address you at this inaugural session to Windergy 2025. I am touched by the warm welcome I have received here in Chennai and greatly appreciate the hospitality shown me during the tour of our trade fair here. Coming from North Germany, wind energy is not just renewable energy for me. It represents livelihoods, economic progress, and sustainable development. In my constituency in Germany, Aurich-Emden, wind energy, onshore and especially offshore as well, plays a crucial role. It provides reliable and affordable electricity for millions of German citizens. It generates many jobs, and it's a driver of economic growth. In a world where national self-interests are increasingly put before common goals, the Indo-German Green and Sustainable Development Partnership stands out. Because it is not about on-off deals. It is a long-haul alliance based on trust, shared values, and co-creation. It is powering India's journey to self-reliance. Germany will remain a partner. You can count on us when it comes to financial assistance for India's energy transition. Through KfW, Germany has so far invested more than 1.4 billion euros in strengthening India's grid infrastructure. We have financed thousands of kilometers of high-voltage transmission lines and numerous substations to integrate wind and solar power into India's national grid. When Prime Minister Modi and the German Chancellor launched the Green and Sustainable Development Partnership in 2022, it was a commitment to bringing the best ideas and resources of both countries together. For example, Germany is funding metro lines in major cities like Bangalore and Mumbai, providing transport for over 10 million Indians daily. These people now spend far less time and money on daily commutes. They benefit from less congestion and better air quality because emissions have been reduced. And speaking of productivity, companies like Nordex and ZF are building next-generation wind turbines right here in India. They are utilizing advanced German know-how, thus creating a win-win effect for both countries. As this shows, we have been traveling the road to clean energy together for many years. And Germany is committed to deepen our connection further. That is what we are doing with the new India-Germany platform for investments in renewable energy worldwide. This joint initiative by Germany's Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development and India's Ministry of New and Renewable Energy was launched in 2024. It will bring on board diverse stakeholders, especially from the private sector, to mobilize investments in renewable energy in India. The platform will be an effective instrument for jointly accelerating the development of India's onshore and offshore wind energy sector, a market segment in which Germany continues to be one of the world leaders. Manufacturing of wind turbines and grid integration is another field in which we plan to deepen our cooperation. German engineering and Indian manufacturing together provide the answer to the growing global competition in the wind supply chain. The platform provides a forum to discuss solutions relevant for both countries. We can be proud that we have already achieved good results with agreements on closer cooperation between Germany and India, between the German and Indian industry associates and businesses. I am looking forward to another formalized Indian-German partnership that will kick off here at the Windergy. I am all the more pleased that the organizer of Windergy, the Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturers Association, will be part of this endeavor. And I am confident that we will continue in this promising direction. Never before has there been such a strong German presence at the Windergy. There are around 25 German companies present here. Thank you to all of you for your efforts and for being here in India. This commitment shows that the future of India's and Germany's energy is reliable, is renewable, is secure, and it's built together. Nandri, Dhanyavad, thank you, vielen Dank.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you for highlighting the co-creation and the shared clean energy journey which India and Germany are taking together. Thank you very much, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, inviting the views of the state leadership, and we have our Honorable Minister of Transport and Electricity, Government of Tamil Nadu, present with us. And Tamil Nadu, as you know, has one of the most comprehensive and forward-looking wind repowering policy. Shri S.S. Shivashankarji, under his leadership, Tamil Nadu is now targeting almost 2,000 megawatts of new wind power in 5 years, reinforcing its position as a national frontrunner in RE. I request you, Honourable Minister, sir, for your address to the congregation.
Honourable Minister Prahlad Joshi and Secretary Mr. Santosh Kumar Sarangi, Associate President Mr. Tanti, Mr. Johann Stauffer from Germany, Mr. Saravanan, Vice Chairman, and all other delegates, Vanakkam. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to Tamil Nadu, the cradle of India's wind revolution and a state that continues to lead from the front in the nation's clean energy journey. It is indeed a privilege to be part of Wind Energy India 2025 here in Chennai, a premier platform that brings together policymakers, industry leaders, and experts to celebrate India's remarkable progress in wind energy and reaffirm our collective commitment to energy security, sustainability, and self-reliance. Under the dynamic leadership of and visionary guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, has witnessed transformative growth across all sectors. Today, our state stands among the best governed and most progressive in the country, a model for balanced development, sound infrastructure, and sustainable energy practices. Tamil Nadu's legacies in renewable energy in both deep and dynamic. We are ranked fourth nationally in total installed renewable capacity with over 25,500 megawatt from renewable sources. In the wind energy segment, Tamil Nadu stands second nationally with an impressive 11,500 megawatt of installed capacity, continuing to set new benchmarks in generation and investment. Since 2021, around 3,500 megawatt of new wind capacity has been added, representing a total investment of rupees 20,000 crore. The state achieved an all-time peak wind generation of 5,899 megawatt on July 2024 and a record daily generation of 123.85 million units on 16th August 2025, milestones that reaffirm Tamil Nadu's leadership in harnessing clean and sustainable energy. Our solar journey has also been remarkable with 11,300 megawatt installed, including 1,200 megawatt rooftop solar and record solar generation of 7,256 megawatt on 14th September 2025. Together, these achievements make Tamil Nadu a true powerhouse of India's green growth. Tamil Nadu's energy vision is clear and bold. 50% of our power from renewable sources by 2030, 70% reduction in carbon emissions, and net zero by 2070 in line with India's national commitments. To meet the state's growing demand, projected to rise from 20,700 megawatt today to 35,500 megawatt by 2034-35. Our resource adequacy plan outlines the need for 98,000 megawatt of contracted capacity, including 12,000 megawatt of wind, 18,000 megawatt of solar, and 11,680 megawatt of energy storage. Tamil Nadu's leadership in renewables is built on a strong foundation of policy foresight and institutional innovation. We are among the first states in India to introduce energy banking for wind as early as 1990, enable open access for industries, establish Tamil Nadu Energy Development Agency as a dedicated renewable promotion agency way back in 1986, and launch green energy corridors to strengthen evacuation infrastructure. Our recent policy initiatives include Tamil Nadu will repowering, refurbishment and life extension policy 2024, the first time of its kind in India. Tamil Nadu pumped storage policy 2024, enabling large-scale energy storage through private participation, and Tamil Nadu small hydel policy 2024, promoting sustainable micro hydro generation. To institutionalize and accelerate this transition, we have established a Tamil Nadu Green Energy Corporation Limited, a dedicated vehicle to develop renewable and storage projects in a transparent and bankable manner. Tamil Nadu's grid readiness, robust infrastructure, and investor-friendly ecosystem make it a preferred destination for renewable investments. Since 2021, Tamil Nadu's wind sector has attracted over 5,700 crore, adding 816 megawatt of new capacity, with another rupees 4,200 crore in the pipeline for 600 megawatt more. Our solar sector has drawn ever rupees 20,500 crore in investments for 6,736 megawatt, with projects worth 39,000 crore rupees, 5,700 megawatt under advanced approval. We are also advancing several landmark projects, including 375 megawatt bar 1,500 megawatt battery energy storage system supported by Central VGF, 500 megawatt pumped storage project at Kunda, and 1,100 megawatt project at Vellimalai, and 2,400 megawatt at Aliyar are in pre-project implementation phase. Our Green Energy Corridor 2 and the upcoming 765 kV substations at Virudhunagar and Coimbatore will further enhance renewable evacuation capacity by nearly 6,000 megawatt. Windergy has been a silent partner in Tamil Nadu's industrial success. Over 7,500 megawatt of wind power supports captive consumers, notably our textile sector, which alone consumes around 3,000 megawatt. This synergy has boosted competitiveness, reduced power cost by over 6%, and lowered carbon intensity across our industrial supply chains. Offshore wind, the next frontier. Tamil Nadu's coastline holds over 35 gigawatt of offshore wind potential with excellent wind speeds of 9 to 11 MBRS and high capacity factors. Through the National Institute of Wind Energy and the India-Denmark Green and Strategic Partnership, we are preparing the ground for India's first offshore wind project off the Tamil Nadu coast. The recently announced Green Transition Alliance, India-Denmark 2025 is another major step forward, promoting collaboration in offshore wind, energy storage, and industrial decarbonization. Friends, Tamil Nadu's journey is not just about megawatts, it is about momentum, innovation, and inclusion. From being the birthplace of India's wind sector to becoming the hub of green manufacturing and offshore innovation, Tamil Nadu continues to power India's clean energy story. As we move towards 2030, we reaffirm our commitment to enable faster project execution, expand renewable manufacturing, enhance grid resilience, and deepen global collaboration. Together, let us transform India's renewable potential into global leadership. Let Tamil Nadu continue to be the wind beneath India's green wings. Thank you. Nandri Vanakkam.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir, for highlighting the state's approach and the policies under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister and under your guidance, aligning it with the national goals and India's global commitments. Thank you, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we seek to be led and guided by the highest authority of our sector, our Honorable Minister, Sir Shri Prahlad Joshi ji, who has been strengthening the nation's renewable energy ecosystem with his very bold and transformative vision. We seek his margdarshan, we seek his guidance, and I request the Honorable Minister, sir, to please address the congregation, inviting Shri Prahlad Joshi ji, the Honorable Minister of New and Renewable Energy, also the Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, for his keynote address.
Namaskar, Vanakkam. Shri S.S. Sivasankar, Tamil Nadu Minister for Transport and Electricity. Shri Johan Satoff, Parliamentary State Secretary to the Federal Minister of Economic Cooperation and Development, Germany. Shri Santosh Sarangi, Secretary, MNRE, Shri Girish Tanti, Chairman, IWTMA, Shri Saravanan Manikkam, Vice Chairman, IWMTA Industry Leaders, members of IWTMA, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, myself and Sarangi together, we were in International Solar Alliance Conference from last 2 days. From solar to wind, we have come here for in Tamil Nadu. हवा कैसा चलता है वैसा जाना चाहिए. ऐसे तो पॉलिटिक्स में बोलते हैं हवा देख के चलना. अभी तो एनर्जी के लिए भी हवा देख के चलना पड़ रहा है, तंती जी. It is a pleasure to be here today in Chennai. After this is the city pulsating with the energy. The city stands for the powerful symbol of India's wind power journey. We gather for the 7th edition of Windergy, India. Windergy has become an event that has established itself as one of the world's premium forums of the wind energy sector. I wholeheartedly commend the Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturer Association for organizing this gathering and bringing this to this level in last 7 years. So every person who is manufacturing related to the wind energy, any component, he wants to participate in this event. This has become a prestige, and that credit goes to you and your team, Mr. Tanti. The theme chosen here in this year, wind power, policies and the partnership towards the Atmanirbhar Bharat, appeals that very heart of our national aspiration under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. India as charting the course towards the energy security, sustainable development and self-reliance, and this theme is perfectly captures the spirit. As you know, from time immemorial, India always cared for the nature, and the basic understanding of our knowledge from centuries that nature can fulfill your need, nature cannot fulfill your greed. That is the basic understanding what we Indians have. So keeping that in mind, using the natural resources, how we can generate the energy. That was the challenge, and that challenge slowly we have come to a stage where we have almost come out of the solution, but how we can make it more faster so that need of the energy can also be fulfilled. At this time, nature also can be protected. That is the path we have to choose, and we have chosen it, and we are successfully going ahead in that as far as India is concerned and many countries are concerned. I also extend a warm welcome to the delegates who have joined us from the entire country and even from the international organization, many other countries including Germany. Your presence shows the world how important the India's renewable energy transition has become. In fact, let me highlight some remarkable things. Few years back, India was considered to be a fragile 5 economy. And I was in the parliament at that time also. The government in that time place, they used to accept, yes, we are people, world in the people call us as a fragile 5, as far as our economy is concerned. Today, India is the 4th largest economy of the world, and we are very, very proud of that. And it is a nice coincidence that India is also the world's 4th largest renewable energy capacity today. We are the 4th largest economy, we are the 4th largest renewable energy capacity in the world, and our global wind capacity ranking is 4th as well. As alone, standalone wind, we are 4th. And India's military strength is also 4th. दुनिया में हम 4थे स्थान पर है. तो हम हर क्षेत्र में दुनिया में पहले तो 3री नंबर पर अभी आना है. We want to become the 3rd largest economy, 3rd in renewable energy manufacturing generation, 3rd in wind, and 3rd in the world military power. So to achieve this, we have to create proper infrastructure. And that is being done also. You must be aware, in last 10-11 years, the infrastructure in the country is improving like anything. The overall national highway, it was, in all put together 60 years, it was 90,000 kilometers, including 6 years from 98 to 2004, where almost 30,000 kilometers was constructed. And from 2014 to 2024, 60,000 kilometers has been constructed national highway. And when I say national highway is constructed, even if you construct 10 lane also, it is considered as 1 kilometer. So much of national highway, and you can imagine the need of the power is not political power. We need political power, but country needs the electric power. So electric power, why it is increasing, that also you know better, I need not tell you. Because overall electrification of the railway line, it was 21,000 kilometers. And many times I have given a speech in the parliament saying that in my constituency, this particular line has to be electrified, that particular line has to be electrified. But today, we are second as far as electrification of railway line is concerned in the entire world. And in 60 years, it was 22,000 kilometers. And today, in last 10 years, we have completed 43,000 kilometers. Almost now we are 64,000 kilometers of the railway electrification is done. Means that much electricity is needed in the country. इतनी बड़ी मात्रा में हमको electricity चाहिए. For that purpose, keeping the balance, हमको renewable energy उत्पादन करना है. For that purpose, this renewable energy both together that is, I can say, non-fossil sources, कितना भी हम R&D में ज़्यादा आगे बढ़ते हैं, प्रोडक्शन ज़्यादा करते हैं, that is very, very crucial at this point of time. That's what I firmly believe. We are rising every single day, and soon we will move from the fourth to third, and we are going to be the third largest economy. And at that time, we need to compete with the two biggest economies of the world. And we should, ek zamana tha, there was one time where people used to compare ourselves with Pakistan, which is most absurd, because that country itself is a rogue country, and how can you compare ourselves to that? But today, India can compete with many bigger countries. That is the situation that has been brought. For that, one of the important things what we need today is, there are many things. We need infrastructure, we need land, we need many other things, but one of the important things is energy. So that energy generation is the responsibility of both the government, state government, central government, and the industry leaders. That's why I congratulate you for every year organizing such an event and trying to bring your problems to the notice of the government, and also to new entrepreneurs to enter into this new industry. In parallel, we have rapidly expanded our renewable and wind energy capacity. Friends, our nation is undergoing energy transmission at the scale and the speed that is perhaps unprecedented globally. I think people who come to India, the people who had come before 2014 and today people who have come, sometimes they are not able to believe. So ours was, as Mr. Sarangi, our secretary, who pointed out, we are less than 3.3 gigawatt in 2014 and today 128 gigawatt. And nearly about 21 gigawatt of the wind energy in 2014. And today we are 54 gigawatt and 30 gigawatt is in pipeline. So all put together, when we see the non-fossil sources, when we have completed, we have achieved 257 gigawatt. People do not believe, is it really so? People ask us. Even European Union, which had recently visited, our secretary was also there, they were not able to believe when Mr. Sarangi gave a presentation, we have achieved 250, at that time it was 250 gigawatt. We have achieved 250 gigawatt. When it was presented to them, sometimes they were not able to believe it. Then we asked them to go and have a look at the entire country. And ultimately, they have to believe it because it is the fact. From digitization to renewable energy, from non-fossil sources, everywhere India's achievement is, nobody can ignore it or nobody can say it is as common as other countries. We have surpassed many countries. So 50% of our power generation is through non-fossil sources. Ahead of 5 years, we wanted to do it in our Prime Minister gave them a commitment to the world that by 2030 we will achieve 50% through non-fossil sources. But today, ahead of 5 years, we have achieved it. Means what the point I am going to highlight is, अगर सरकार और इंडस्ट्री मिल के काम करते हैं तो भारत कुछ भी अचीव कर सकते हैं. दिस itself is an example. So our energy has been a fundamental pillar of the incredible success story. The decades of the steady humming sound, wind turbines, especially here in Tamil Nadu, across our wind-rich states like Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, symbolized India's green energy dreams. And our installed capacity in wind, it is 54 now, 150% increase in last 10 years. The growth has been partially sharp acceleration under the proactive policies of Modi's government. I am delighted to share in the first 6 months of this fiscal year alone, we have added 3.1 gigawatt, and we are hopefully adding another 3 gigawatt, that is 6.1 gigawatt one single year. That is your achievement. हमने पॉलिसी किया, आपने करके दिखाया. And moreover, wind power project around 30 gigawatt as already quoted under various stages of implementation. This moment is a testament to the combined efforts of the government and invaluable support of players alongside commitment of organizations like IWTMA, that is your organization, your all office bearer who are sitting. I think you can you can applaud yourself for that, I believe. Friends, you all know we have set even higher target, 500 gigawatt of non-fossil sources by 2030, out of which 100 to 110 gigawatt will come from the wind. Wind power is not just part of this journey, it is a very spine that supports this and strengthens our entire renewable framework. And as you know, we are also taking a concrete step to develop India's vast offshore wind potential, targeting 30 gigawatt, with the initial tenders are being floated even in Tamil Nadu. It means that we also build the necessary technology right here in India. Our vision is the manufacture for India and manufacture for the world. And we should also understand this manufacturing activity, we can take it more in comparative to the world, because along with other things, the huge human resources, it is available only in India. In many countries, there are no people to work. Human resource बहुत कम है. There are very, very less human resources. When you go to the other countries, people ask for send the engineers, send the technologists, technicians, nurse, doctors. The demand from the India is that you send good man's human resource to the other part of the world, where India is the most youngest country of the world today. More than 60 crore people are below 35 years, and people themselves call as a young leader even at the age of 55, but I am talking only 35 years calculation I am giving it to you. So we are quite young country, so we can achieve it. We have capacity, talent. Our young students, bright entrepreneurs, IQ is quite high. The only thing is we have to create an opportunity. And India is already making significant strides. We have nurtured robust wind turbine manufacturing ecosystem with an estimated annual production of 20 gigawatt, which is already mentioned. And I am incredibly proud that 35 certified wind turbine models are being manufactured by 14 Indian companies, covering the wide spectrum technology from 225 kilowatt one time today with 5.2 megawatt. Our manufacturing capacity is 5.2 gigawatt today. These turbines are not only meeting the nation's growing demand, but also cost competitive and increasingly sought after the international markets. In financial year 25, India successfully exported wind turbines and components up to 4 gigawatt, showcasing our growing global competitiveness. Actually, every site in India is potential solar site. Solar कभी भी आप जाके लगा सकते हैं, even rooftop solar, PM Kusum, that is in your agri field. But as far as wind is concerned, our total solar energy potential is 740 gigawatt. It was recently estimated, what was that estimation? I am not able to recollect. It is quite high. 3,300. And as per the NICE, solar can be deployed anywhere on the rooftop, farmlands, canals, and buildings anywhere. but flexibility does not apply to the wind energy. For wind, the optimal land usage is crucial. So that means we must increase the capacity of each turbine and make better use of the available land. Why not build and install the world's largest turbine? Now in many countries, 17 megawatt turbines are being manufactured. We have to, together the government and industry together and association together, we have to invest more in R&D. When people are doing 17 megawatt, why we should be in just 5.2 gigawatt? Just it is explained to me that we have reached 5 megawatt now. We should also try to reach 17 megawatt. So when we make the bigger turbine, so I am not technical expert. I am not just giving you advice and going. Let us sit and discuss. We want to have a discussion with you so that with available land, can we increase the wind generation? That is the question before us. For that, all put together, we need to discuss and try to whether is it good or whether is it possible in India, that we need to really brainstorm ourselves. Because the sites are limited. And we are also working out with the Defense Ministry also. I had met Honorable Shri Rajnath Singh recently, and Mr. Sarangi was also there. We are trying to talk to them also. Wherever there is a difficulty as far as defense sites are there, Air Force sites are there, we are also trying to work out a solution on that also. So all put together, now our target is 110, whether with the same sites, same land. Can we increase our capacity? That is the challenge before us. Because need of electricity will be quite high. Metro, you know, it is the 1 or 2 cities there were metros. Today there are many cities there are metro. Airport, there are only 70 airports. Today 152 airports are there. Like that, infrastructure is increasing, manufacturing capacity is increasing. You can just see the example. The manufacture of mobile phones, 26 years back, mobile started in India. But no single manufacturing of mobile handset was there in India. Today, 30% of market share is of India's market share. We manufacture in India and sell it in the world. So manufacturing is increasing. Our need of electricity will be very, very high. Our target for steel manufacturing is 300 million ton by 2030. How much electricity do you need? And for that, there will be carbon tax if you do not use the renewable energy. For that, need of renewable energy is quite high in the previous time. So, association, industry, government, state government, put together, we have to, first is R&D and second is flexible policy. These are the things which we need to really look into. And 10% of our global supply chain, market chain by 2030, it is India's market chain and even wind also. 20% by 2040. So that's why, while we celebrate this, it is also important to acknowledge the challenges lie ahead. As we already know, I am constant in touch with the industry leaders association. I have personally met you many times, the manufacturers, developers, and that is too many a time, several times I have met you. We believe in listening. I am assuring, whether myself or our secretary and his team, we will meet you. We will understand your problem. But I want that our capacity should be increased in many folds in coming days. That is the challenge before us. Because need of the electricity, need of power, need of infrastructure is so huge. So friends, in this regard, repowering the older sites like Arada Maiwali in Tamil Nadu, modern high-capacity turbines could significantly boost energy efficiency, create new jobs. We have released clear policies and strategies for repowering the older wind farms in prime locations, unlocking the significant potential. And we should dealing with the older turbine technology and payment delays of the utilities. Bahut jagah, I would like to bring it to the notice of Honorable Minister, also Electricity Minister who is sitting. Delays, payment of delays in utilities, PPAs, all state government together, central government together, we should work out. That ease of doing means not only in manufacturing, even in electricity generation, ease of doing, payment, PPA, all such things should be from government side, we should do it. And as far as capacity increase in the capacity, you should look at it. Acquiring land and securing the right of way for the transmission line remains a complex and time-consuming process, and we are trying to address it. I am talking to every chief minister, my secretary is talking to every chief secretaries to address these issues. We are not giving you just advice, we are also trying, because Prime Minister is very, very firm. Prime Minister always, every time, two things he asks. One is compliances burden, how much you have reduced. Every secretary has to report, every minister has to report. We have to report. Compliance is ease of doing business. These are the two important things which Prime Minister doesn't leave any minister. And another thing is, whatever the project, we lay the foundation stone, the same minister in the same tenure he should inaugurate. That is another condition. So that is why country is progressing. So I wish that these things, keeping all these things in mind, we should go ahead. Closing this gap is a priority that requires the focus on R&D. I urge the industry to tap up the invest in R&D that can make India a true global hub for the wind manufacturing. So at the end, I would only like to tell, wind power undoubtedly remain a cornerstone for our clean energy future. I am confident that with our collective resolve, dedication and collaborative spirit, we will not only meet but exceed the targets. Thank you once again for IWTMA for organizing this important event. I wish Windergy 2025 a great success. All the best. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Honourable Minister, sir, for your very inspiring, motivating and guiding address, appreciating the government and the industry collaboration and focusing on research and development as India scales greater heights and approaches greater targets in RD, further defining India's global leadership and competitiveness. Thank you, Honourable Minister, sir. And may I now request you, Honourable Minister, sir, to kindly present the awards as we recognize the states who are spearheading the renewable wind energy initiatives in their respective states. The recognition to the states here. Would like to request the Honourable Minister, sir, to kindly do the honours of presenting the awards to the states. Ladies and gentlemen, the first category, the highest cumulative wind capacity installed, recognition to the state of Gujarat, recognized for leading India in cumulative wind installations and sustained capacity growth. Would like to invite here on the stage Mr. Rajendra Valla, the General Manager, RE Gujarat Urja Vikas Nigam Limited, joining us here on the dais in accepting this award. This award, ladies and gentlemen, honors Gujarat for achieving the highest cumulative wind capacity in India, totaling 14 gigawatt as of June 2025. The state has consistently driven the nation's wind growth over the past 3 years, contributing the largest annual additions across both utility scale and commercial and industrial segments. The next category, the highest under construction wind capacity, recognition to the state of Karnataka. Inviting here on the dais Shri K.P. Rudrapaya, the Managing Director of Credel, along with Shri P.D. Rajapura, the Chairman Credel. This award recognizes Karnataka for spearheading India's wind development pipeline with nearly 9 gigawatts of standalone wind projects under construction as of June 2025. Most of this capacity, ladies and gentlemen, has been added in the past few years, underscoring the state's strong momentum and leadership in accelerating wind energy development. And now in the category of outstanding contribution to wind repowering initiative, recognition to the state of Tamil Nadu. We already have our Honorable Minister on stage inviting Shri J. Radhakrishnan, the Additional Chief Secretary, Tamil Nadu, to be joining us in accepting this award. This award recognizes Tamil Nadu for its leadership in wind repowering through a well-defined policy framework with nearly 12 gigawatts of installed capacity and 7 gigawatts of repowering potential as per NIVE. The policy enables replacement of aging turbines with newer high-capacity ones. And now for setting India's highest state wind target under Integrated Clean Energy Policy 2024, recognition to the state of Andhra Pradesh. And inviting the CEO IWTMA, may I request Aditya Pyasi ji to kindly accept this award on behalf of Andhra Pradesh. This recognizes Andhra Pradesh for declaring a 35 gigawatt wind installation target under its integrated clean energy policy, the highest among Indian states, backed by a substantial 4 gigawatts under construction pipeline. And now the leadership in DISCOM-led hybrid procurement, recognition to the state of Maharashtra. May I invite Mr. Gyanesh Kulkarni, the Chief Engineer, REMSEDCL, and Shri Manoj Pise, the Additional Director General of the Maharashtra Energy Development Agency, to accept the award. Ladies and gentlemen, Maharashtra. In 2025, the state regulator approved MSEDCL's long-term purchase of 780 megawatts of wind solar hybrid power from NTPC at 3.42 to 3.43 rupees per unit for 25 years. And MSDL has set a strong precedent for utility-driven hybrid development in India. Now, the emerging state for wind development, recognition to the state of Madhya Pradesh. Once again, would like to invite Mr. Aditya Pyasi to kindly accept the award on behalf of Madhya Pradesh. The Madhya Pradesh emerging as a fast-growing state in wind development. Award recognizes Madhya Pradesh as an emerging wind hub with 3.6 gigawatt under construction, now exceeding 3.1 gigawatt installed capacity. And now excellence in wind and hybrid policy, recognition to the state of Rajasthan. Would like to invite Shri Rajiv Singh, the General Manager, Rajasthan Renewable Energy Corporation, to join us in receiving the award. Rajasthan being recognized for promoting wind solar hybrid development through progressive state policy. This award recognized Rajasthan for promoting hybrid energy through its integrated wind and hybrid policy, leveraging the state's highest wind potential in India as per NIVE, abundant solar resource and available wastelands. The policy targets up to 25 gigawatts of projects by 2030. And now in the presence of the Honorable Minister, sir, we have two MOUs which are going to be exchanged, further cementing of partnerships between IWTMA and CEEW. I would like to request Mr. Aditya Pyasi, the CEO IWTMA, to please join us. And from CEEW, Rishabh Jain, the fellow CEEW, along with his team, for the exchange of this MOU. This strategic partnership, ladies and gentlemen, aims to leverage the complementary strength of IWTMA as a leading industry association representing the wind energy manufacturing sector, and CEW as a globally recognized, evidence-driven research and policy advocacy body. The Honorable Minister, sir, had mentioned about the focus on research and development, and that is where this partnership between the two is going to be further encouraging that. And now we have the exchange of MOU between IWTMA and SOF, the Stiftung Offshore Wind Energy Germany, SOF Offshore Wind Foundation, SOF being represented by Andreas Mammut, the head of political affairs. And this is the MOU to foster bilateral collaboration in offshore wind energy development. Thank you. Thank you to the Honorable Minister. Thank you to the state. Congratulations to the states. And now to propose a formal vote of thanks to To propose a formal vote of thanks, I would like to request Dr. Sarvanan Manikam, the Vice Chairman, IWTMA, and the Country Head and Managing Director, India Nordics Group, inviting him for the vote of thanks. Request you all, ladies and gentlemen, to be kindly taking your seats. Request the Honourable Minister and the dignitaries to be seated, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true privilege and honor to deliver the vote of thanks at the conclusions of the inaugural and planetary sessions of the Conference on Wind Power, Policies and Partnerships towards Atma Nirbharat, held concurrently with the Windergy India Trade Fair. On behalf of the Indian Wind Turbine Manufacturing Association, I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries and guests. Your presence has made the occasion truly memorable and as well as impactful. We are deeply honored the presence of Sri Prakal Josh Ji, Honorable Union Cabinet Minister of the New and Renewable Energy and Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distributions, Government of India. Your keynote address has not only inspired us, but also provided a clear vision for accelerating India's journey towards the energy self-reliance through the wind power set. And I warm thank you to you, Sri Santosh Kumar Sarangi Ji, Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, for your insightful inaugural address and unwavering support for the renewable energy ecosystems is highly appreciable, sir. And we also thank our sincere appreciations to Johan Sataf, Parliament of State Secretary to the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, Germany, for his address, which is beautifully highlighted the vital Indo-German collaborations in advancing sustainable energy solutions. And a special acknowledgement goes to Sri S.S. Shivashankar Ji, Honorable Ministry of Transport and Electricity, Government of Tamil Nadu, for your inspiring words and for Tamil Nadu remarkable leaderships for promoting the wind energy development in India. Thank you, sir. And I thank Sri Girish Tandi Ji, Chairman of IWTMA and Vice Chairman of Suzlon Group, for opening address that elaborately set the tone for the gathering. Thank you very much, sir. And our appreciations extends to Sri Aditya Payasi, CEO of IWTMA. He is actually exchanging and put it across a lot of effort to bring the MOU to symbolize the new partnerships and collaboration, reinforcing our commitment for the innovation and progress. Let us recognize and celebrate outstanding leaderships of the states for their achievements in advancing renewable energy initiatives. Your contributions is the foundations for the India's clean energy transformation. I extend my thanks to all designated delegates, industry leaders, policy makers, researchers, media representatives who joined us today, and your presence reflects our shared determinations to advance India's renewable energy journey through collaborations. Lastly, my deepest gratitude goes to the organizing team, technical partners, support staff of the India Wind Turbine Manufacturing Association and Windergy India, whose unwavering efforts that makes the event possible on today. Thank you once again to all of you.
Before we conclude, may I request all the EC members to please join us for a group photograph with the Honourable Minister, sir. Thank you, sir, and thank you, and once again, congratulations to everyone. The Windergy 2025 stands inaugurated the exhibition as well as the conference in the hands of the Honourable Minister, sir, further extending his guidance as India cast massive and impressive footprints in the renewable energy sector powered by the transformative potential of wind. Ladies and gentlemen, would like to request you to remain with us, for we are going to be moving straight.